Hi guys, it's Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and this tutorial is on this kind of interesting bracelet, and I'll do the border as well, and it's called Gem Studded and Gem Studded Border. So it's just the gem studded with the border added. So I'll show you how to do the center, and because that's pretty straightforward, I'll then go on and show you how to do the border. Now the center, when you haven't got a border on it, is posted on my Instagram, but just to show you, it does work in opaques. So that's the center, like this. It's a single chain based design, so you work your way along the chain, and it's not a difficult stitch, and then you actually turn it round and you work from the end back to the cap bend, which is something a little bit unusual for me. You need to make the center probably, if you're using opaques, I'd make it about the same size as your wrist pretty much, and if you were using limited edition, which are a little bit sort of slipperier, I would make it slightly smaller than your wrist size. It does stretch out a little bit, so if you make the chain around the same size as your wrist, and then it should end up a little smaller than your wrist once you put this on to make the center, and then once you do the border it will stretch it out slightly again. So clear as mud, I'm sure. Alright, so I'm going to start with this one because I want to make myself a blue and yellow one, and I'm going to have a black border. So what I've done is I've done a cap band the colour that I want to work over the top with, and the rest of it is just a simple single chain. Starting in the cap band, go in. I'm alternating the ocean blue and the blue frost, so I'm going to grab my alternating colour. Now it's really very straightforward. All you got to do is make sure that you recognise when it's facing in the correct direction to grab it. If it's facing in this direction, you'll notice that the band splits at the bottom. So the next one splits at the bottom and is joined at the top as it loops through. Because what you're going to be doing is grabbing through here and picking up both of those at the same time. If you were working and you picked it up grabbing both of these, it just wouldn't have quite the same effect, I don't think. So we're working on it this way. Alrighty. So grab that band that you're going to work through the chain with. Go to the very first chain after the cap band. As I said, you go through it sideways like that. Grab both of those. Try and keep them just next to each other so that they're not crossing over each other, and just pull that through, or push that one back like so. That's basically it. You grab the next colour that you're using for your work through colour, pull it through, attach, and then go to the very next chain, this one here, go through sideways, grab a hold of it and pull it through like so. So you can see why this part of the tutorial can be quite quick. You just pull it through like that, go up to the next one, and again, see, you'll notice that it's the way that it's facing. This band is split at the bottom and joined through the top, so like a rainbow shape. Grab this one, whoops, go sideways, grab those two and pull them through like so. So there is really no trick to this part of it. It just looks really effective. It does work really well in the LE bands, but as I said, it will work in the opaques as well. And you can tweak it at the end if it's looking a little bit messy, but then when you add the border it does even out as well, but you can tweak it so that you can wear it as a little thin bracelet. So you work your way up, pull through. If you're not someone who normally uses their hook, like a crochet hook, you can grab a hold of, and see it tends to twist around a bit, so you do have to go, okay, the next one I need to have facing the right way. So you grab that, you could just slide those two over like that, you'll get the same result. It's just how you get it there. So you do that all the way to the end of your chain, and you should hopefully end up with a chain that's just a little shorter, and when I'm talking a little shorter, like, you know, about that much shorter than your wrist size. You can add a tiny bit if it ends up being too short, you know, just add a couple of bands on the end when you do your border. Okay, so since that's all there is to it, I'm going to pause there, and because it's a bracelet I'm making for myself rather than just a demo one, I'm going to finish off up to the end of the chain and come back. Okay, so I finished the length of my chain and I've got to the end here. Now I just had my chain was slip knotted, so you'll see that it wants to twist around a bit. Don't be too concerned about that. If you want to wear it as a straight bracelet, you can kind of just twist it around in the opposite direction and give it a little bit of a stretch, and then when you clip it, it will actually sit quite nicely and stay as you wear it in the direction that you want it to go. So don't worry about that too much. But if you're going to go on, well I'll show you how to finish off, and then we'll go on to show how to add the border. So once you get to this last one, so you've pulled the last one before the slip knotted one or the C-clipped one, all I did was I grabbed one side of that last chain and I pulled it through both of those bands that finished off and reclaimed it again. So that's our finish there. So if that's all you're going to do, then you'll just C-clip that and Bob's your uncle. Alrighty, so that's the finish of the gem studded. Now, if it's twisting too much or you're finding that you're having problems with these, all you need to do is just this one that crosses across through the middle over the top. If you just lengthen that, that will help it to sit better. Lengthen that, and it will just mean that it's comfortably crossing across there. We'll give it a bit of a stretch. So that's just the only tweak you really need to do. Alrighty, so now we go on to the border. I'm going to do my border in black. I'm hoping we'll be able to see the black. It's only a very simple border, so I think we'll be okay. The border, as I said, runs from here down, so all I've done is I've taken my hook out and reconnected it so that I'm actually going to be working into this from the back forward like I would if I had a cap band, if I was working from the cap band like one of my other normal borders. The other thing you could do is you could, this cap band here could be done in the border colour, the final border colour you're going to do, and this could be done in the final border colour if you wanted to. Okay, so the border is very, very simple. It's just basically pull through, pull part way through, pull through all. So let's start with this one. It's the bits you pick up that make it kind of nice. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to see which band on this right hand side. If you're a left-hander, it's going to work out slightly differently. You'll have to just do them in reverse. Because this crosses over and this one crosses under, this side picks up different bands than this side. So you see what I mean as we go through. So what we want to do is we want to grab the very bottom of your chain colour on the side you're working on. So for me, that first one is going to be this one here, like so. Then you go straight across to the crossover band that runs through those two you've pulled through, which for me is that one. Then you're going to pull a band through these three, and then a band through everything. So it's a band through those three. These black bands are playing havoc with my lighting now. So there's a band through those three, and then a pull a band through everything, and then go up to the next one. Like so. So the next one you're going to go up to is this section here. So we'll go through the next chain, the very bottom on the side you're working on, because when we come back we'll work on that band, the bottom band on that side, which I'm just flicking with my fingernail there. So we grab that one and we grab the chain, part of the chain that's running through into those two, which is that one for me. Again, you're going to go through three. 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then you're going to pick up another band to go through everything. Like so. Probably easier to see this on my white one. That's where I've started there, going through. So this is what it should look like. It's just a little bit harder to show you with these black ones. Okay, so again we're going to go through the side. So we've just done that one, so we move up to this one, and if we go across, this will be the band here that I pick up because it's running through those two. So we grab that one and that one. Pull through three and then pull through everything. See it a little bit better in that light. So you just keep doing that all the way until you get to the end. So picking up that one and that one, because it's the one that goes through those two yellows on mine. And pull through all three. And pull through one through everything. Okay, so I'm going to continue down this end and come back. Okay, so when you got down to your second to last one, so you've gone through the side and the one that goes through this one here, this loop is the last one you're going to go through. So instead of going through, you've already been through that yellow one, you just pick up those two loops on the side, the ones that are linking through the cap band, and do the same. You can either do the full one or you can just bring that through and that to the end. So it's kind of a, depending on whether you think you need more length, you can do that full one and then pull that through like so, and then when that pulls down, the cap band kind of sits inside it. I think that's neater. Or you can do the other way I just showed. So I'm just going to tie that one off. You can see clip it, whatever you like to do. I'm going back to the other end. So this is what I have so far, like so. So if you have a look at the back, you'll be able to see what we're going to be going through because it's the opposite. So So the first one we'll go through, we'll use this as our cap band again. Then we'll be going through this very bottom on this side. So you can see it's the same band as you caught on the other side. And then this one, and so on. So it's pretty easy to see which one you're going to catch. And on here, it's still going to be the band, which is kind of, if you look at it as being these two bands cross in the middle, and these two bands go around the outside, you've caught one of the outside bands, so you want to catch this outside band as well. So if you caught both outside bands, you'd be left with what looks like almost like a figure eight kind of thing running through the middle. So we're going to be catching that band there, which is the longer of the two side bands. If you can see, if I pull that out on there, it doesn't sort of disappear off into the middle. It's the one that runs from side to side along the side more. Alrighty. So you just do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to go through this pseudo cap band and run through one and then find the next one. So we've got to grab this and this side band, which is this one here, like so. And then you run exactly the same way through 3 bands. So my focus is going all wonky now. Run through 3 bands, or 3 loops rather. Make sure that's straight, which is sometimes a bit tricky coming back this direction, like so. And then you're going to pull a band through all of them. Oh, it really doesn't like this lighting now. A band through all of them. And that should make them match up side to side. So we go up to the next one, which will be, you see you've caught that left hand now, left hand one there. We're going to catch this one. And this one. So see how it's not the one that's crossing into the middle? I hope you can see that. Wondering how I can get this lighting to play nice with me again. The black band seemed to be confusing it. Alright, so then you go through the 3 again, coming in this direction, like so, and pulling 1 band through the 3 on the hook, like so. Again, making sure nothing's twisted. Now it will start to bunch up in the middle, like kind of form a little pop. This will pop up a bit, but you can stretch it out. It'll be slightly higher in the middle, even when you're finished, but if you give it a stretch out to the side, it'll be minimized. If you can see on this one, it does sit up in the middle, partly because it's a little thicker, but it does sit up. But when you wear it, it sits nicely like that. It just has a little bit of raised effect in the center. So you just continue doing this one all the way through. If I can just get this to focus, it's really not wanting to. So grab the next band here and the next side band, going through 3, 1, 2, 3 loops. I think I may have just twisted that one. It's the only trick coming from this direction, making sure that your band stays straight and pulling through everything on the hook. It's a really simple border, but on this one quite effective given that you've got the unusual center. So just do that a couple more times because it was a little bit different coming through the back. So picking up this one and this one. So I should have figure 8 ones coming through. If you pick up the wrong one, say you go through and you pick up that side band there, it will definitely look weird. See how that sort of goes, oh hang on a minute, I don't have that nice figure 8 happening there. So it'll be kind of obvious to you when you pick it up. If you check you've got that sort of figure 8 look running around the bands, you've got it right. Okay. Last time. Grab that band there and the side like so, through 3 loops, and through everything. Alrighty, I'm going to finish off up to the top and come back. Okay, so when you get to the top, you've got 2 choices. I finished off both sides the same, so I went through that final blue band, 2 loops of the blue band, and did the pull through 3 and the pull through all. And then you can actually just put either another band through that or C-clip that and leave the cap band just sitting on the back, which won't cause any problems, won't make it sit funny or anything. Or you could capture that cap band from either the front or the back. So say we did it from the front, just pull that through like that, and then we do the same for the other one coming through, and then you could either put a band through or capture it. So if we're going to do that, we would be grabbing that black band as well. A little awkward to show, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Grab this and pull it through. So you could do that from one side or the other. So you see that band is now running through the cap band. And then you could finish it off like that. If you find that it's made the band a little short, you could always add an extra loop or not. Okay, so you can see from this that it's sitting a little bit up in the middle, slightly wonky. You just need to go through, give it a bit of a stretch out, push down through that middle, stretch out, and it will straighten up nicely. It will sit nicely when you wear it, and I'm really happy because it will also sit nicely wearing it on this side, which looks quite pretty with the blue just peeking through the outside. So that sits down a little bit in the middle, and this sits just that little bit up through the middle. So there it is. That's the gem studded border completed. So I hope you enjoyed this and it was helpful, and I'd love to see your things on Instagram or Facebook. And please like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, and I will catch you later. Thanks guys, bye.